Hey guys, it's Gretchen and welcome back to my channel. All right, it's that time, I hope. Today we are going to be doing the 1 gauge stretch. I mentioned in my last video that a lot of people recommended that I not go from a 2 gauge to a 0 gauge because it is a bigger jump. So that it would be better to do the 2 gauge to the 1 gauge because it's about the same jump as it has been since like 16 gauge. So that is what we are hopefully doing today. So I did have to special order a 1 gauge kit from Urban Body Jewelry because the kit that they have for stretching does, you know, it starts at 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 0. So it doesn't give you that 1 gauge stretch, so I had to special order this. This is really cool though, even though this cost just about as much as that entire kit did. It does come with 2 tapers. So if I want to stretch one side and then let it sit for a minute, I can, because then there's a second taper in there. So that is pretty snazzy. Also, a difference about this pack is that instead of having an O-ring on the tunnel like all the other ones have, it's actually internally threaded. So that's pretty cool. We're gonna go ahead and open this bad boy up. We are going to pull everything out so I can show you. So those are the 2 tapers that come with the kit. And then here are the 2 internally threaded tunnels. So I'm gonna start by unscrewing one, just having it ready to go. Start with some hand sanitizer, even though I just washed my hands after doing my makeup. We're then going to put some on tunnel. I'm gonna stretch up south. I mean, put some of that on the tunnel itself. Also, in last video, I learned that it's best to not pull out, well, that actually may have been 2 videos ago. I learned that it is best to not pull out both of your current tunnels at the same time, because then they'll start closing up almost immediately or trying to shrink back almost immediately. So we don't want that. Took us long enough to get here as it is, so let's not F it up. So we're going to lube up the tunnel. I got lube everywhere. All right, so I think I always start with this one. I never remember. I don't know why this is so difficult for me to remember. Oh, my current tunnels are also internally threaded. I got these tunnels a while back. They're like rose gold. Not sure how I feel about them because they have a really wide rim. I'm not sure if I actually like that or not. Let me zoom y'all in. All right, so there is my left ear currently. Go ahead and lube that up. It's starting to be a noticeable hole there now. Oh, it's weird to do this. You can like feel your finger through it. That's weird. All right, so we have a taper, we have an ear, we have a camera that doesn't want to focus, and we're just gonna go for it. So the only problem with this taper is the end. It doesn't have an O-ring, it has a screw. So like, it's gone through now. Little pinching, not bad though. So I don't know if it's because you can then attach the tunnel like I just did, and then just guide it through. So I can feel like half the tunnel has come through. That's weird. Oh, that is genius. Hold on. So you can screw the tunnel onto the taper. God, I'm a moron. So let's try this again, and maybe it'll actually go through easier. Why couldn't they have all been like that during this process? All right, now it's through. Unscrew the taper. Oh my God, that's so genius. Urban Body Jewelry, why didn't you do that for the rest of the kit? That probably would have been like hella expensive. Oh, now it's all lubed up and I can't screw it in. Of course not. Why would I be able to do that? Dude, I am fascinated by this contraption. All right, so there is the left ear at 1 gauge. Does that look funny? It kind of looks oval. Maybe that's just the angle I'm at. But there it is. It's a little red that kind of stung just a smidge, but not like, oh my God, my ear's gonna rip off type. So before I even do anything else, I'm gonna go ahead and unscrew the next tunnel. I'm way off camera. And then I'm going to screw it to the taper, dude, seriously, that's like the most amazing contraption. Look at that. That tunnel is down here, and then the taper is here. That's wicked cool. Oh, let me lube it up. Now, let me take this out. Sorry, I'm all over the place right now. I'm still fascinated by that little invention. Do you know how easier it would have been doing all the other stretches if they had all been like that? I guess that's why this kit cost the same amount as the entire kit, because it was probably cheaper to make. We're gonna lube up this side. I am very glad, I will say, that I did the 2-to-1 stretch, because I do think either it wouldn't have been possible to do the 2-to-0 or it would have hurt really bad, because if this one pinched a little bit, then I can't imagine what going up another size would be. So I did look it up, and it's like, from 2-to-0, it's a big jump. It's a noticeable one. Let's go ahead and do this one. And obviously my right ear is my easy ear, because that didn't hurt at all. So we're gonna go ahead. Maybe. The lube says otherwise. Oh, the tunnel is flared. That's why it looked a little different. I was sitting there going like, why does it look different compared to the normal ones? It's because it's a little flared out, which is fine. There's not many 1 gauge options. Let me put it this way. There are not as many 1 gauge options as there are like even number ones. Okay, so the right ear is done and the left ear is done. Left ear definitely pinched a little bit more. I'm glad that I started with that one. I think that's been the case throughout this entire process. So, but yeah. So, 1 gauge. Okay, zooming y'all out. All right, so the 1 gauge is done. That's exciting. I will say thank you to those who recommended that I do 2-to-1 instead of 2-to-0, because I definitely think that it was better on my ears. Like I said, my left one did pinch a smidge, but I think that's kind of been on par with the rest of my stretches, is that the left one pinches and the right one's just like, go on through. So I am excited about that. Now, I do have a question for those fellow ear stretchers. So I did say that 0 gauge was probably gonna be my stop size. I do think I might go up to a 0-0 gauge, because why not? You know, might as well. I don't think I will do inches. I think I will stop at the 0-0. I say that now, but you get what I mean. But I was looking at Urban Body Jewelry, because I will need to get a kit for the 0-0 as well. But when you look at Urban Body Jewelry, I'll take a screenshot so that you can all see over here. But when you look at it, also this is where you can see that there is a bigger jump from 2-to-0, because like a 2 gauge is 6mm, 1 gauge is 7mm, and 0 gauge is 8mm. So like all the jumps prior to then have been 1mm, so that would have been a 2mm jump. So anyway, so when I look at this, there are 2 0-0 gauge options. There's a 9mm option and a 10mm option. Seems like there are more options, like jewelry wise, for the 10mm, but like why are there 2 separate options like that? Like why is there a 0-0 that's a 9mm and a 0-0 that's a 10mm? Can anyone explain that to me? Because like I have not been able to figure that one out. Yeah, they have options for the 9mm, but they don't have a stretching kit for the 9mm. So that kind of scares me, because that would take me, you know, at a 0 gauge being an 8mm, taking me straight to a 10mm, because there's no stretch kit in between. So if someone could just, maybe if they're aware of that answer, leave it in the comments below, because I personally would appreciate it, and I'm sure others would as well. Let me know in the comments below if you were on your own stretching journey, where you are at currently. I know some people started around the same time as me and are either light years ahead of me or are taking a little bit more time with doing their stretches. I seem to wait 4 to 6 weeks, depending. When the videos go up, it sometimes seems like a shorter amount of time, but it just depends on my schedule. But that is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a big ol' thumbs up. Go on down there and hit that subscribe button, wherever it may be, because I don't know. Even though I do, this is just my shtick now. Also hit that notification bell in case you want to know when I upload, and in case YouTube wants to let you know when I upload, because I would really appreciate it. And until next time, bye guys.